What's up, guys? Mike the aka Phony here, and this is Trials Evolution Tuesdays, aka Tits. One of these days, I'm probably gonna give myself a hernia just doing the intro. Anyways, yes, what you are looking at is indeed a skill game that is an FPS that is in Trials. I don't know why you need to buy any other games. Just get Trials and you're set for forever. This thing is, besides incredibly impressive, it's a little bit of a puzzle first-person platformer, right? Kind of. It's more like run around, follow the arrows, shoot stuff, jump on things, and then eventually you'll fight like a boss, kind of. I mean, the boss is basically just like, it's just busting green stuff just flying across the room. If to somehow manage to dodge it, put enough bullets in it, and it'll eventually die. But the thing is, you're fighting monsters and doing all this crap inside of a Trials map. I mean, you guys have to be honest, right? There are some pretty shitty first and third person shooters out there, and some of them, in fact, most of them are probably a little better than this one, but without spoiling anything, it still kind of has a better ending than Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 ending jokes aren't old yet, right? Not only do you not really need to buy any other games thanks to the plethora of ridiculously complicated custom tracks, you also don't need any drugs, as demonstrated by this particular track. Now, there are lots of maps out there with moving things, but a lot of times it feels like just random bullshit appearing out of nowhere, and it all somehow creates a mildly cohesive course. But in this case, I feel like I'm fucking high as shit and trapped in some big fucked up machine whose sole purpose is to fuck with me for a solid 2+ minutes. Yes, 2+ minutes. Not only are there like fucking weird course obstacles, but it isn't like some other tracks where it's like, oh yeah, here's fucking 3 transforming GoBot jumps in a loop-de-loop. You're over in 30 seconds, rate my track 5 stars and I'll make another one. You know, as if like star rating and feedback is really what's supposed to fuel creativity. By the way, if you like tits, be sure to like and subscribe. Now here's a custom vehicle done perfect. This thing is so freaking awesome. It controls like a hovercraft should, which is funny because most vehicles actually control like shit. But since this is a hovercraft, you kind of gotta let it go because that's kind of how hovercrafts are. But the premise here is really just to run around and like blow up these balls by shooting them or something. And you know, it's like I was just having such a good time just running around. I was just, you know what? Fuck the police.
And just like that, Mike B had broken free of his shackles and wandered off into the open world. He frolicked across the hills for tens of seconds when he came across what seemed to be a man possessed. Not one for taking chances, Mike B shot him in the face. And just to be sure, he shot him again. Because it can never be too safe, he shot him another time. Fuck that guy. Throughout the minutes, he tackled each hill without abandon. The feeling when his hovercraft left the ground each time only further augmented his desire to explore this land without restrictions. At times, he felt as though he had maybe passed on to the afterlife, surrounded by the welcoming arms of all the fallen track creators he had previously called fucking assholes. But the day came when Mike hit that invisible wall that we all hit in life. He knew there was no escaping the determined clutches of Lake Redlinks, and as a free man, willingly gave himself to fate. With his last remaining breath, he said his final words.
What kind of lab?